Psalm 16:2, David says, I said to the Lord, you are my Lord, I have nothing good beside you. How can anyone say this? And what does it mean? Well, David here isn't saying that he didn't like anything else in the world besides God, but what he's saying is that the goodness of God is in a separate category, that it can't really be compared to anything else that we receive pleasure or delight or joy from, that the goodness of God is unique and to be prioritized above everything else. So how do we experience this? How do we get to the same point as David of being able to understand that we have nothing truly good besides him? We get an idea of that from Psalm 63:1 that says, God, you are my God. I shall be watching for you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh yearns for you in a dry and exhausted land where there is no water. Here is the admission that we need to be searching for him and understand the nature of this world, that we live in a dry and exhausted land, that there's things that, again, bring us pleasure and joy to a certain degree, but yet we yearn for something greater. We have a thirst for something greater that only he can satisfy. He says, so I have seen you in the sanctuary to see your power and glory. Because your favor is better than life, my lips will praise you. So again, he understood that being in the presence of God, to behold him, is the understanding of his glory, his true nature, that brings to us a great satisfaction. And the understanding that God's favor or his loving kindness is greater than all of life itself. Everything in this world, again, can't compare to who God is and his favor for us. He reiterates this at the end of Psalm 16 when he says, in your presence is fullness of joy. In your right hand there are pleasures forever. As we experience the presence of God, we get taste of this goodness. And even in limited amounts and duration, we understand that we have nothing good besides that can compare to that unique goodness of God. And lastly is this from Psalm 27:4. Once again, David saying, one thing I have asked from the Lord that I shall seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all of the days of my life. Again, to be and dwell in the presence of God is to give us this understanding that he is ultimately uniquely good, and that good is greater than everything else we experience in this life. To behold the beauty, again, or the delightfulness of the Lord, and to meditate in this temple. This is the blessing we have, that in God is something unique and beautiful and delightful that we can truly be satisfied by and say that he is greater than life and that we have no good besides him. Take care.